Do you have 25 free cruises from Royal Caribbean?
Well, I do, and I'm going to show you how I did it and how you can too. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use Royal Caribbean's Casino Royale to get free cruises, how to understand what you're doing when you're in the casino, how to actually book the free cruises, and also if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you how I was able to book a European cruise for less than a third of the actual price. If you're ready, go ahead and make sure you get your notepad and your ink pen because you are going to want to take notes for this video.
Hey y'all, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm Linnell. I sold everything and now I live on cruise ships full time. If this video is a blessing to you, I want to encourage you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on notifications. Hit the bell for all notifications so that you never ever miss another video. And follow me on my journey from poverty to paradise. I get a lot of questions of how are you living full time on cruise ships for such a low amount where you're only paying for the port fees and taxes. And right now, my total expenses for this year are budgeted for $2,500 a month to live full-time on cruise ships. I've explained how I did it last year for an average of $2,000 a month. I'll put a link in the video description for that. But so many people keep asking me in the comments, how are you doing it? And so I thought, since it's been a year, I'll go ahead and do a refresher video and just explain step by step how I do it, how I did it, how I'm continuing to do it, and a couple more things that I'll share with you, including at the end of how I recently got a cruise at a very discounted amount, but it wasn't a free cruise, technically. Technically, it actually was a free cruise, but I'm not counting as a free cruise, and you'll know what I mean at the end of the video, but I'll save that to the end because the most important part about this video is I want to share with you how you can get free cruises. So what prompted this is I'm here in Orlando now because I just got off of Star of the Seas, which sails out of Port Canaveral, Orlando, right? And I'm here for a couple days at this Holiday Inn and Suites right across from Universal. I can see their parking lots from the pool area here. And when I was on Star of the Seas, I had 3 cruise friends. We met on different ships, and we ended up on Star of the Seas, and we hung out during the cruise. And none of them had gotten a free cruise from Royal Caribbean before, and so they asked me to walk them through step by step of what I do. And what I did. So I said, hey, if they got that question, and we've been friends for a little bit now, and they've seen some of my videos, then maybe you still have that question too. So let me just go ahead and break it down. And I do have some notes here, so I'm gonna be looking down quite a bit, so forgive me for that. But I wanna make sure that I go over everything that I think will be helpful for you. Whether you're just curious of how I'm doing it, if you're just trying to get some discounts, or if maybe you are thinking about living full-time on cruise ships, then this information will help you. I'm here in Orlando for 3 days. I did plan to see my 2 Orlando grandkids, but unfortunately they're both sick, and they have like sneezing and coughing and fever, so not sure if they're contagious, so I didn't want to risk it. So I'm not going to get to see them this time, but I'll be back in November to see them again, or try to see them. No, I will definitely see them again in November. They better not be sick. I'm calling it forth. So yeah, I'm just hanging out here at the hotel until it's time for me to head out to my next adventure. But anywho, all right, so let me see, where do I want to start first? I guess I'll go over the basics. And I still got a lot of this in my head, even though I got bullet points, so it might be a lot of editing, so just bear with me. So the first thing is, I have to say that this is entertainment. This is for entertainment purposes only.
It is not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and try to replicate what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I did. I know other people who have done it. There is no guarantee that you will get the same result as me, because as I go through this process, you'll see why. It's not even a guarantee for me. It's just been working out for me. So, no, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment, YouTube purposes only. And my advice all along, since my very first video on YouTube, I've always said that you need to set a budget and stick to it. Don't chase losses. If you decided that you were going to go in the casino for $500, with $500 and play that $500 and you lose it, please do not go to the ATM or back to your room or charge it on your card and take out another $500 and try and win that $500 back. I never would suggest chasing losses. I've seen people in my family, my immediate family, when we went on cruises together or we've gone in the casino together, and they've done that, and I can see the dangers of how if you keep doing that over and over, you're going to get yourself in trouble. If you have any kind of gambling addiction, I suggest that you just turn off this video right now. I don't need the views, and you don't need the stress. You don't need the temptation. So this is only to help those who want it and can handle it. But yeah, there's other ways that you can, if you have gambling problem, there's other ways that you can still live full-time on cruise ships. And I have a video, and I'll leave a link in the description showing how you can live full-time on cruise ships on a budget without getting casino deals. It's not going to be, obviously, it's going to be different from the way that I do it. But if I wasn't doing this right here, that is how I would do it. So check that video out. Again, click off this video right now if you have a gambling problem and go check that video out. I'll leave a link in the video description. So, all right, Royal Caribbean. With Royal Caribbean, let me start out by saying that to get the free cruises, you have to get points. To get the free cruises with casino deals, yeah. I'm trying to think, are there other ways of getting free cruises with Royal Caribbean? There are, but I don't use them. For instance, I know that there are partner programs. I've even gone to some timeshares where they will give you a free cruise with Royal Caribbean or Carnival or whoever, and you just pay the port fees and taxes. So there are other ways to get free cruises outside of what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about today, so I don't have to keep repeating it, is how to get free cruises using the Casino Royale program, playing in the casino on the cruise ship. So the way that I got free cruises was through points. So let me back up. Before I talk about Royal Caribbean specifically and how to do this, I want to talk about how I started doing this. I was not planning to live full-time on cruise ships when I first started getting free cruises. I took a cruise on Carnival Celebration back in May of 2023 for my Mother's Day present to myself. I took my 3 kids and their kids, so my grandkids. All of us went on Carnival Celebration. It was I want to say it was a 6-day cruise, and had the best time ever. If and when I can do that again, I'm definitely going to try to do it. During that cruise, I did play in the casino. Whenever I go in, before I started doing this, whenever I go in the casino, I had a budget of $100 per day to play. Sometimes it would be a little bit more, sometimes it would be a little bit less. There's been some times when I was over in Illinois and they had a cruise ship. No, it wasn't a cruise ship, it was a casino boat. But I was working in Illinois. My budget then was $20 on every Friday. I would go and play in the casino, and that was it. It was $20. I would take nothing but my driver's license and a $20 bill and leave my debit card, leave my credit card at home. But I would play in, I'm getting off track. I would play on that boat for like hours with a $20 bill. So don't tell me it can't be done. But yeah, again, just playing for fun. I wasn't playing for any points or nothing like that. Yeah, of course, if you win some, you know, come home with a little bit more than what you started with, of course that's going to be an extra bonus. But again, to me, it's an adult arcade. It's me playing video games. I enjoy it. So anyway, on this Carnival Celebration cruise, $100 a day. By the second or third day, I was up. I went and put my money back in my cabin, and I just played with the money that I had won. And by the end of the cruise, I was up by 1,200 points, $1,200. I have no idea how many points I had on that cruise. I didn't even know anything about points at the time. I probably saw that I was getting points, but I didn't know that they meant anything. Got off that cruise, didn't think anything about it. I do recall getting some emails and postcards in the mail about free cruise offers or discounted cruise offers, but I was living life, wasn't thinking about going on another cruise for a minute, so I kind of just pushed those aside. Fast forward to October of 2023, my life had become very hectic and toxic with my spouse and with my job, and I was ready to throw my hands up, and I decided I just needed a break. I took a solo cruise on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, 8 days, went to Bermuda. Just took a lot of time to de-stress and try and figure out where I wanted to go. Did I want to keep this job? Did I want to stay in this marriage? Blah, 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 blah. And did a lot of praying, did a lot of searching myself, you know, what could I do better? How could I be a better employee, co-worker, wife, all that good stuff. Anyway, during that cruise, I saw 3 people, 2 women and a guy. They were not together. They just happened to be in the same spot. But all 3 of them were sitting at the same 3 machines every day, playing the same machines. And they would be in there for hours. Every time I would go in the casino, I would see them. So I think by the 3rd, maybe 4th day, I went and sat on the machine next to them, and I asked them how come they're at the same machines all the time. And one lady said, I'm just pressing the buttons till I get my free cruise. And I'm like, free cruise? Do tell. Tell me more, tell me more. And that's when she explained that she was trying to get a free balcony cabin on a cruise. So yeah, she explained to me about the points, and she pointed to the casino desk and how it had the list of points that you can get and stuff like that. And it just got noisy over here. So then I went and read the point list and things like that. I might have to move because they done got noisy over here for whatever reason. But anyway, yeah, so she pointed over to the points. I went and read the thing. I saw how many points you needed to get. I don't remember. I want to say, I can't remember if it was 1,200 or 2,000. I honestly don't remember anymore. It's been 2 years now. So anyway, I sat at the machines right next to them, and I played exactly what they were playing, which was the low dollar amounts. It was like 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents. And I just sat at the machines, and I would do it for a couple hours, and then I would go and enjoy the cruise. And then the next day I would go for a couple more hours, and then I would just go and enjoy the rest of the cruise. And Bermuda was absolutely beautiful. If you get a chance to go, yes, make sure you do it. But by the end of the cruise, I got however many points it was. For some reason, 1,200 is sticking in my head. I think I still had like $20 left on my card. So I just say I ended up spending $800. And then what happened was the last night of the cruise, or when I got up that morning to get off of the cruise, I had a certificate on my door saying that awarding me a free cruise for an interior cabin. So yay, that was my very first free cruise that I actually booked. And that is how my free cruise journeys began. Since that time, I have only played 2 more times in the casino to get free cruises. With Royal Caribbean, they sent me that free cruise, and then I was at prime level, and so I was eligible for an annual cruise. And then they also send in the email, the regular mail, and you can also see them on clubroyaleoffers.com website. So 3 places to see them, but they also sent me different offers, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, that
because I was in their system, then I was eligible for more offers for free cruises. All right, Royal Caribbean, playing with my emotions. I made this video yesterday, and then this morning when I went to edit it, I went to check my Club Royale offers to see if there was anything new, and they put an okie dokie on me. All of my offers were gone, and they have this statement here. You will be able to access your Royal Caribbean account using your login at royalcaribbean.com/club-royale. So now, everything that I said in this video when I was talking about clubroyaleoffers.com, we're gonna access it through this other website, and you can see when I click it, spinning our wheels, don't worry, you're on a winning streak. All of the offers have disappeared from there, and now they are on here. Then you have the option to link your MGM and Hard Rock Rewards partner accounts here. I'm gonna skip that, and here are my offers. Yay! They also have a tab for benefits and win-loss statements. But yeah, so now you can see featured offer, balcony or ocean room for 2, balcony interior. Yeah, so all of these expire in September. I've already gone through them. I've already gone through them, and I cannot use any of these offers here. Uh-oh, what is this? Ooh, a tier offer. I don't remember seeing this on mine. Redeemed by April 1st, 2026. So I thought they'd give this to us at the end of the year. All right, so I might have to make another video, but I'll worry about that later. Everything else in the video still pertains, and Club Royale annual benefit, you'll see where I talk about you get an annual cruise, and for me, because I am Prime, I get an annual cruise for an interior cabin for 2. With those 2 cruises, the certificate that I had, my annual cruise, and must have been 12 more free cruises that I got, I ended up getting 14 free cruises from that $800 investment. I wasn't thinking it was an investment at the time because I was planning to spend $800 in the casino anyway. But yeah, from that $800, I got 14 free cruises. All of those cruises, none of those were deeply discounted. They were all absolutely free. All I had to do was pay the port fees and taxes, and then anything else that I wanted to pay. So gratuities, excursions, other things on the ship that I might have wanted to have, those were just extra things that I chose to do. But just to get on the ship and to go to the places that it was going to, the $800 investment plus the port fees and taxes. And I went over all of those in the videos that I have on the channel. Carnival was very similar. I'll save that for another time. Actually, I have videos out there. If I can remember, I will put a link to those in the description. But this video here, I want to talk about Royal Caribbean. So, I really didn't pay anything for the Carnival investment, for the Carnival cruises, which I ended up getting 40 free cruises out of that. Because remember, I started with my money, but then I put my money away, and I played with their money from that point on. All of the free cruises that I got from that, which was 40 of them, I didn't have to go to the casino anymore. There were some times when I did go to the casino on ships, but just because I wanted to play for fun. None of those triggered any more free cruises. 40 free cruises with Carnival, 14 with Royal Caribbean. Towards the end of the year, no. In, I want to say December of 2024, I noticed that I wasn't really getting any more cruises from Royal. The last cruise that I took with Royal, I wanted to make sure I got to Prime status. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. And I thought I had got there, but something told me to check. And then at the end of the year, I noticed that I was off like 135 points. And I was so mad because I had just gotten off of my last free Royal Caribbean cruise. So I ended up booking another cruise for Royal Caribbean in February so I could get up to Prime and get back in their system and start getting more free cruises. I do have a video in the membership page showing exactly how much I paid for that, cruise, and exactly how much I spent in the casino to re-trigger cruises. I don't remember exactly because it's been a minute since I did that video, but I want to say it was around $1,500 or $1,600 that I played. So that was the third time. that I played to get points. The first 2 times unintentionally. This was the first time I intentionally played to get more points to get free cruises. And then the 4th time was on this cruise here, Star of the Seas. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. Let's get into the details of what you need to do, what you need to know about Royal Caribbean and their cruises. When you are playing and trying to earn points, make 100% sure that the machine has registered, that your name is on there, because I have gone in and I tapped my card. Some of the machines have where you stick the card in the machine, and some of them have where you tap it. I have gone in and where I slid my card in the machine, it showed my name, but then something happened, or I tapped the machine, it went green, and I saw my name, and then I was playing, and then I looked down like, 10, 20 spins later, and it's on red, like it never triggered my card, or something happened in the meantime or whatever. So make doubly sure, triple sure that your card registered before you start playing, or it's like you were never there. You're playing, but it's like you were never there as far as the point system. So that's very, very important, okay? So the casino program, again, you need points, and those points trigger 2 different things. One is reward points. Those are spendable. So let's pretend you get 1,200 points during your cruise while playing in the casino. I should have said 5,000 points. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's 2 ways to use the reward points. One, they can turn into free play. So your free play, once you're done, at least you can do it anytime, but the way I do it is once I'm done playing, because once you do this, your points are gonna go away. So when you're done playing, you can go on any machine and click on convert points. So whatever points you have, you can convert those to the dollar amount that they are worth. Once you do that and you convert those points, let's say you have 1,200 points, it's not going to show 1,200 points anymore. It's going to convert those points over to a dollar amount. I haven't yet figured out how it determines the value. I've done a little research and I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know if it's every 1,000 points is worth $10 or $20. I don't know how that comes out to, but at the end I've converted points and I've gotten maybe $6 or $7. I've gotten maybe $20, $25. I've gotten $100, $127. That converts into free play, which means you can only use that in the casino. And when you convert it, it's gonna convert it to whatever machine you converted it on. So hopefully you will pick a machine that you wanna play, that you feel is loose, and that you might trigger some bonuses to pay you back. But yeah, it's free play. You can't cash it out and take the money for that. The other way you can get reward points is you will get onboard credit. Now those don't start until you get at least 5,000 points. Once you have at least 5,000 points, you're gonna get onboard credit. You will need to go to the casino host, let them know that you're done playing. Yeah, let them know you're done playing in the casino, you want to convert it over. I think you can use it for anything except for casino play and gratuities. And there's certain other restrictions, but you can use it for things like Wi-Fi, most of the shops, the candy stores, specialty dining, and most of the time, so this is the end of the cruise, right? It might be a 3-day cruise and I'm only gonna play for 1 day. So then I can say, yeah, I'm done playing. Let me go ahead and know. This sun is tearing me up. Let me scoot back some. So that's the reward points, the spendable points. Your points also go toward tier credits. Tier credits are status points. They don't buy anything directly. They push you up the tiers that unlock the offers like the free, the complimentary staterooms after you're done with the cruise. And that's what I use to get the free cruises. Earning points. The way that you earn points is by the dollars that you put into the machine, not necessarily your dollars, but the cash or coin in the machine. So for Royal Caribbean, it's on the slots, it's $5 for every 1 point. The tables, I don't talk about those too much, and it's easy for me to forget about them because I don't play tables. I don't play the video poker and stuff like that. I want to say those are $10 for 1 point. I think video poker is $10 for 1 point. The tables are based on your average bets.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna leave that part alone. And that's why I say almost everything you need to know about Royal Caribbean Casino program, because I don't know everything about it, okay? So let's say you go to the casino and you put $20 in the machine. You don't get any points until you actually play it. And let's say you play $5, you're gonna get 1 point. Let's say you play $20, you're gonna get 4 points. Let's say you win absolutely nothing, which would be unbelievable. Let's say you win absolutely nothing and you walk away, $20 played, you had some fun, you won absolutely nothing, you got no bonuses, and you leave the casino. You have 4 points, that is it. But let's say when you put that $20 in, along the way that you were playing, along the way while you were playing, you won a bonus of $50. You take that $50 and you go to your room and you don't play anymore, or you you leave the casino and you don't play anymore on the ship. You're up $30 because you started with 20 and now you got 50. So you're up $30, you go on your merry way. You still only have 4 points. That is it, because all the machine received was $20. But let's say you play that $50, right? You play all 50 of that plus your 10 that your 20 that you already played. Those 50 points those $50 are going to get you 10 more points. So your $70 got you 14 points. And let's say with the $50 you won, you ended up getting another bonus and you won $100 or $200 or $300 or whatever. Or whether you stayed on that machine or went to another one. The points come from every time the machine is receiving $5. Every time money goes in, whether it's your money or their money that you won from the machine, every time $5 goes in, you get 1 point, okay? And that's how it works. Once you get to 400 points, again, it doesn't matter if you put $20 in or $2,000 in. If you got 400 points, that means the machine or machines that you played received in $2,000, right? So 400 points times $5 means that $2,000 went into machines. How much you actually walk away with, whether it's your money or their money, that has nothing to do with the points, okay? So to get to 400 points, which is the minimum you need to get in a free cabin and to start getting offers from Royal Caribbean, you need to cycle through $2,000. I hope that makes sense. If not, pause the video, go put your question in, and then come back and hit play. Maybe I'll answer the question along the way, or maybe after you've watched the video, you come back later and I will have responded and answered your question. That's basically how you get points. Let's go to the tiers. The tiers are going to place you in four different programs. What are they called? 4 different tiers, I guess, that you can unlock. To get at least 1 point on slots, you need to play at least $5, okay? Once you get at least 1 point, you're going to be automatically entered into the choice program. Anything from $1 to $24.99, you're going to still be in choice. 2,500 points up to 25,000 points is prime. That's what I'm at. That's what I was at last year. That's what I'm at this year. And I'm not shooting for anything higher. Anything more than 25,000 and to 99,999 is the signature program, and anything over 100,000 is the master's program. I don't know all the details of masters. That's beyond my ministry. Way up here. So I can't tell you all the perks of that, but yeah, look into it. But I'm gonna tell you about prime, which is what I'm at and which most people who are in the casino are at. All right, some more notes. All right, first thing is, if you've never played in the casino before and you want to learn how to play, you can easily just watch some YouTube videos. And to me, it's self-explanatory, except for the table games. But whether it's table games or slots games, Royal Caribbean will let you know that you can learn how to play. Someone will show you how to play 30 minutes prior to the casino opening. Just go to the casino host, say, hey, I've never played slots before, or I want to play roulette, or I want to play, etc., etc. Go there 30 minutes before the casino opens and they will hook you up. let me back up to the points, the reward points. Let's go with that first. The ones that I talked about where you can redeem for either free play or onboard credit. For the onboard credit, you're gonna get 250 points for every $5, but those do not trigger until you actually get to 5,000 points is what one of the casino hosts told me. So once you get to 5,000 points, you go to the casino host, you say, hey, I'm done playing, or anything above 5,000. Once you're done playing in the casino, you say, hey, I'm done playing. I want to convert my points to onboard credit, and they'll let you know how much you have, and they will apply it to your account. If you don't have enough expenses on the account, they will let you know, hey, you had, 500 reward points, and you only have 400. This thing is off a little bit, and you only have 400 in expenses. You want to go spend that other $100? So yeah, now those spendable points, they're gone once the cruise is over. Once that casino is closed on the last night, those are gone. You never see those anymore. You don't get a chance to, oh, it's the next morning, can I go spend something else? No. Once the casino closes on the last night, you are done. And say you forgot, oh man, I've done that plenty of times. I've maybe had $20 or $30 in free play, and I forgot to go and convert my points. I don't get those back on the next cruise. They are gone, they're done with. Now, when they are tier points, when they're going towards Choice, Prime, Signature, or Masters, those points stay there and they accumulate until the end of Royal Caribbean's year. And the end of Royal Caribbean's Casino Royale year is March 31st. So every April 1st, your points will convert to zero, will reset to zero, and then you start over again. So when I got to Prime at the end of March 31st, 2024, whatever points I had, that was it. I was Prime that entire time that I was on that. No. Once I reached Prime status, which wasn't until the end of that cruise. So the next cruise I got on, I was at Prime status, and I stayed at Prime status to the end of March 31st. And that also, because I didn't go up higher to Signature or Master, I got to stay at Prime for the entire next year. Now, my points still reset to zero, and for me to stay at Prime the next year, I would have 12 months to get back up to Prime again. If I didn't get to Prime, what year are we in, 2025? If I don't get to Prime, which I'm already at Prime this year, but if I don't get at least 2,500 points in 2025, in 2026, I will not be Prime anymore, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, what else do I have on these notes here? So once you get to 400 points, there's going to be 2 sets of offers that you're going to get that are available to you on the ship. The first offer that you get is a cruise certificate. Based on the number of points that you get, these are the rewards that you'll get on a cruise certificate. It will be on your door the following night or the last night of the cruise, okay? For 400 points, you're gonna get $100 off your next cruise. Any cruise you book, $100 off. So 400 points by itself does not trigger a free cruise. The bonus that you get is Royal Caribbean has on their ships a NextCruise booking office, I guess. And what you want to do at the NextCruise booking office, you go to Royal Caribbean and you say, for sure, without a doubt, I am definitely going on another Royal Caribbean cruise. So they're going to ask you to prove it. Give us $200. So they're going to charge you $200. That $200 is non-refundable, kind of. If you change your mind or something happens and you're not able to go on a cruise within 1 year, you're going to lose that $200, okay? You're not going to get it back. But If you get 400 points and you get a NextCruise certificate where you pay that $200, that makes you eligible for a free interior cabin on select cruises, very select cruises. There's a lot for you to choose from, but there's not a lot for you to choose from. When you're in the casino, you will see this poster, this piece of paper right here. You will scan with your phone. Just open up your camera and point your camera towards it, and it's going to let you click, and you're going to see all the different point systems. You click all the different point tiers. You click on 400 points or however many points you have, and then it's going to open up a PDF file showing you all the different cruises that you can choose from. When you slide over to the right, if it says free cruise for one, you're only going to get half price on your cruise. So you're going to get the free cruise, but then the second person, whether you're going with 2 people or it's solo like me, you still got to pay for 2 people, right? You're going to get 1 free cruise, and then the other cruise is going to be discounted. I think it's half price. I'm not sure if it's half price. I just know it's discounted. What I look for is where it says free cruise for 2. When you get a free cruise for 2, that means you pay nothing except for port fees and taxes, okay? And then sometimes it will also say that you get free play with that free cruise. So I'm just starting with the 400 because, again, I'm just trying to teach it. And if you have questions about the higher tiers, you can pause here, go ask your question, and then come back to the video. But yeah, that's how you start to get free cruises at 400 points. And when you book that NextCruise, you're going to pay $200. You're going to decide which cruise you want. Within 30 days, you're going to call up the phone number that they give you. You're going to say, hey, here's my code, my certificate that I had. This is the cruise I want to book. They're going to say, oh, your port fees and taxes are $170 or $120 or $85. You put down $200. You're going to get a refund for the rest. You're going to get a refund for the rest, okay? Pro tip, you're never actually going to lose that $200. You're never going to lose that $200, okay? If you had some kind of emergency and you decided that for whatever reason you cannot cruise, you're still going to go and book a cruise. And let's say the port fees and taxes was $150, you got $50 refund. The following week or following month, you had some kind of emergency, it happens, it comes up. I've had changes in my schedule and things like that. Matter of fact, I just had one recently. I was booked on Harmony of the Seas, and then I got an offer for Star of the Seas, and they were at the same time. I couldn't go on Harmony, so I canceled it and I went on Star. When you cancel a cruise with a casino cruise, you're automatically going to get a refund of your port fees and taxes, right? So you've already gotten back $50 because the port fees and taxes were only $150. If you cancel that cruise, you're going to get $150 back. You're going to get all your port fees and taxes back. So technically, you never lose the $200. But why go through all the trouble of that and then cancel? Go ahead and take your free cruise, right? But yeah, so feel confident. There's no reason for you not to book a NextCruise booking. And here's a pro tip. As soon as you get on the ship, if you know you're going to try this out, or you're already a regular and you know you're going to play in the casino, the very first day that you're on the ship, go straight to NextCruise and book you a NextCruise booking. You can book up to 3, but you only need to book 1. But you can book up to 3 per cruise. Go ahead and book it. Why do I say that? If you are a champagne person, they're going to give you a free bottle of champagne. And also, they're going to enter you into a drawing to win $100. And I never really worried about those because I never really won them. But on Jewel of the Seas, whoop, whoop, it wasn't Jewel, I lied. Freedom of the Seas, whoop, whoop. I finally won the drawing and I got $100 onboard credit. So yeah, try and do it on the first day. I mean, you're going to do it anyway, right? Might as well get a few extra perks out of it. Now that you've played in the casino, you've got at least 400 points. You got your first free cruise. It tells you on the flyer that one of the cruise planning benefits for anyone who plays in the casino is exclusive casino offers. That is the key to me living full-time on cruise ships. not only did I get my first free cruise from the certificate, not only did I get my annual tier interior for becoming Prime, but also because the exclusive casino offers, that's where the magic happens. They're going to be sending you in the mail and in your email, they're going to be sending you offers for more cruises. If you are retired like me and you want to sell everything and live on cruise ships, I don't know how many they're going to offer you, so don't be jumping the gun, okay? But this is the way to do it. And as I say all the time, they sent me all those free offers and I booked them all. Every last one that I could book, that's what I did. Occasionally, in between, I might have to stay in a hotel. But because of the discount, then it's still affordable for me to be able to do that. And hey, paradise is paradise no matter where it is. Orlando is still paradise. It's even called the City Beautiful. Let's say something crazy happens and you don't see anything coming in the mail, you don't see anything in your email. I don't know why that would happen, but you can also go to CasinoRoyaleOffers.com, put in your Crown and Anchor number and your last name, and it's going to show you what offers that you have. I have heard people say that they've gotten offers as soon as a month after they played. I've heard a couple people say they got offers as soon as a week after they got off the ship. So I would say about a week after. I don't know, maybe check a day or two after, but at least a week after, maybe a month after. Go and check that website if you don't see any offers and see what kind of free cruise that you're going to get. Now, I learned something recently that I'm going to share with you. When you look at this paper, certificate, whatever you want to call it, this poster that they have posted, you'll notice on the left side that they have offer codes. And then on the right side is the number of points. The left side showing the code, if you look at the last 2 digits, I never noticed this until I was on Jewel of the Seas and someone showed it to me. Look at the last 2 digits. If you only have 400 points, the last 2 digits are going to be 10 on your certificate. And those are the least valuable cruises because the more points, the better offers you're going to get. So if I have a certificate that's 10 or I have a certificate that's 7, the one that has the lower number, 7, is going to have the better offers. The ones that have the best offers, of course, are the VIP 2, the ones that end in 01 and 02. The reason why this is important, once you take that first cruise and you get your certificate, your offers are going to be based on the last certificate that you received, right? So let's say I played and I got 800 points, so my certificate ended in a 08. So all of my exclusive casino offers are going to be based on that 08. And let's say I go and play again on my next cruise and I get 2,000 points. So my new offers now, my certificate is going to end in a 05 that I get at the end of that cruise. And then my new offers that start coming through the email, they're all going to be based on that, what did I say, 2,000 points, that last 05 code. The next time I go to the casino, if I'm just playing for fun and I only put $200 in there and I leave out with 400 points, my future offers are no longer going to be based on that 05. Now my future offers are going to be based on the 10, and they're not going to be as good as the other offers that I got. So the last time I played, spoiler alert, the last time I played, I got 6,500 points, which meant my certificate was a 03. If I decide to go on another cruise, well, let's back up. I was on Star of the Seas for 2 sailings. I got that 6,500 points during the first sailing. If I was to go back-to-back cruise, if I was to go in the second sailing and say, I already got all the cruises I want, all the free cruises I want, I just want to go in there and play for fun. If I put my card in and I play and it registers and I just get 400 points, I messed up all my future deals that's going to be coming from those last 2 numbers, the 05. I'm not doing that. Unless and until I'm ready to play again, or either my offers start going down or if I'm ready to start playing again and get at least 6,500 points again, right? So keep that in mind, even though it might be tempting because you got a free offer, and with that free offer it said your cruise is going to be an ocean view cabin and we're going to give you $75 free play with it. You wasn't planning to play in the casino. You didn't have no budget for the casino for that cruise. You're going to go and play that $75 free play, and it's going to trigger some points, and then you're going to end up losing your those nice offers that you're getting, and you're going to start getting the lower tier offers. So don't do that. No matter how tempting it is. Or if you want to still play, so this is something that I would do, right? Because I do still like to play in the casino, and you can't do this on all cruise lines. I always say that. I don't know about all cruise lines. All I know is Carnival and Royal. I know you can't do this on Carnival because you have to use your card to play. With Royal, you can do it. It looks like it's about to rain. I'm grateful for the shade, but I might have to go inside. But you can do this on Royal because you don't have to play with your card. But you don't have to play with your card. You can go in, put $20 in the machine, play it, whether you win or, end up with the same $20, or you win $100, or you leave with zero. Whatever. If you do have money at the end of that play, it's going to give you a certificate that you can use. So don't walk away from a machine because anybody can use that certificate. But yeah, with Royal you can do that. With Carnival you can't because it's only on your card and they don't give you certificates out of the machine. All right, some of the perks that you get with being Prime, with being Choice, so any level you're going to get these. So you're going to get an instant cruise certificate, and you're going to get the exclusive casino offers where you get it in the mail, email, or clubroyaleoffers.com. You're going to get offers for free cruises, for future free cruises, okay? Prime and up, which is what I am and what most casino players are, you're going to get those, the instant cruise certificate, the exclusive offers. You're also going to get 10% off any spa service that you get, even the thermal suite. So any of those, you're going to get 10% off. You're going to get free drinks. You have to be Prime, so at least 2,500 points. You're going to get free drinks while playing in the casino. You're going to get a discount on your Wi-Fi, and you're going to get a free annual cruise, starting at interior for Prime, and then it goes up to ocean view and balcony. I'm not going to go over the others because very few people will get those, but just know that they are available. So you can look into those if that's something that you're interested in. But this is a beginner's video. There also might be, depending on the ship, depending on the casino, there might be mystery free play, and it's going to be between $2 and $100, and you do have to play that by the end of day 2. So look out for that. So whenever you play, just check to see if you have any free play, is the main point of that, if you're going to play anyway. The best time to play in the casino, don't quote me on this. For me, I feel like the machines are looser when there are more people in the casino. And those, whether it's on land or on a cruise, doesn't matter. To me, it seems that way. Usually that's around 9, 10, or 11 o'clock. And if they have something where they're doing those snowball raffles, or what's the other thing that they have? They have like hot seats and different kind of promotions. And they're usually on the hour, say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They might have a midnight something. That's when I try to go to the casino, because for me, it feels like that's when the machines are loosest. You can still get a tight machine during those times. You can still get a loose machine in the daytime when there's nobody else in the casino. I know because I've done it. I've gone to the casino at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was the only one there, and I put in, $50, $100, and I left out with $600, $700. So that's why a lot of times on my expense videos, I might have played in the casino, but you don't see that I put it down as an expense, because I only put my expense of playing in the casino if I played and then I walked away without that money. If I played in the casino with $200 and I walked away with $300, well, I didn't lose any money. I didn't spend any money. So I don't put that down even in my spending money category, because
I didn't spend any money. But yeah, I still might have played in the casino. What else is here on my notes? Always use your Seapass. You can play without it. Okay, I think I got all of that. So now I'm going to talk about my 4th time playing for points. Well, I want to say intentionally, but technically that first time on Carnival Celebration, I didn't intentionally, but it did trigger the free cruises. Okay, so I'll say it that way. My 4th time playing that triggered free cruises, okay? I only played 1 time on Carnival that triggered free cruises, and that was the very first time, Carnival Celebration. That's it. I didn't play any more times on Carnival, which is probably why I'm not getting any more offers. But I'm okay with that for now because I still have some more of the cruises that I already booked that I'm going to be going on Carnival. So if I need to re-trigger, I still have until, I think my last cruise book with them right now is in April or May of 2026. Yeah. So if I decide later, it's getting close, I'm running out of cruises, I need to fill in those spots, let me go play on Carnival some more, I'll play on those cruises, those last few cruises that I got coming up. But I have so many offers with Royal right now. Not just with Royal, but yeah, with Royal. And I got one with Holland America coming up. So that I don't need to do that right now. And I'm still getting okay, so at Royal, I did that one cruise for $800. The first one, I did the second one. I think I spent $1,500 or $1,600. I don't remember. That's the video that's in the membership. And now this is the 3rd time that I'm actually playing for points to trigger a free cruise. Okay, so what I did on Star of the Seas, and this was intentional. I have a transatlantic cruise that is going to take me from the US to the UK. Okay, and it was a deeply discounted cruise. It's not a free cruise, it's a deeply discounted. And then I have a group cruise. So I have 3 weeks between those 2 cruises. And so my thing was, Orlando, you never know when it's gonna rain. Look at these gray clouds. Okay, so now the camera's crooked. I'll have to fix it in editing. Or I gotta lean like this. So I have 3 weeks between those 2 cruises. And me was doing the analysis. Listen, I've been to the UK twice. Sure, it would be nice to go there, but 3 weeks is a long time for me to sit in a hotel room. So I said, let me see if I can book a cruise in between that time. So I got that available time. So I said, I did the estimate. I looked at some hotel rooms, how much it was going to cost me. It's going to be about $200 with tax to book a hotel room. It might be a little bit more, it might be a little bit less, but around $200 per day to stay in a hotel room for each of those days. So if I was to stay in the hotel for 7 days instead of a cruise, that would be $1,400 just for the room. Nothing else included, right? Just the room. When I did a little research and saw how much food was going to be, because I'm going to be in a hotel, so I'm not going to be able to cook or anything like that. I might be able to get an Airbnb, but I don't know. I've never done Airbnb, so I'm just estimating for hotels. So if I was to eat out breakfast, lunch, dinner, that's probably going to be about $60, $70. I would say with, taxes and tips. Do they do tips in the UK? I don't know. I estimated $75 per day to eat. Because remember, even though you look up stuff over in the UK and it says pounds, it's higher in US prices. The US dollar is higher than pounds. However that works. $75 a day, so that's going to cost me about $525. So about $1,925. So I'm just going to round it to $2,000 for a week. So if instead of me staying in a hotel room for 7 of those days, what if I spent $2,000 to go on a cruise? Right? And if I was to do entertainment, say I was to go, take some tours and things like that,
you know, it would cost me a little bit more. So I just said, let me just see if I invest $3,000. I'm gonna invest $3,000 and I'm gonna see if I can get a cruise in exchange for that $3,000. Hopefully it won't cost me the whole $3,000. So in this case, normally I do an investment. In this case, it was kind of a gamble, right? Because I knew that if I was to try and go for the amount of points that I needed, I was gonna get at least something, because I'm experienced enough to know that I'm gonna get a free cruise. It might not be this cruise that I wanted to get, but I'm still gonna get a cruise, right? So I said I'm gonna invest $3,000 and I'm gonna see how many points, what's the most amount of points I can get with that $3,000 by the end of Star of the Seas, right? So I researched cruises for the time that I'm gonna be in the UK, and I saw a couple of them. I'm not gonna say what dates it is because for safety reasons, I wanna give those dates out in advance, but I looked up the dates, I researched the cruises that were available during those 3 weeks that I was gonna be sitting in a hotel to see if there were any 7 or maybe 14-day cruises. There was one 7-day cruise. When I looked up those cruises and I found one that will fit into my schedule, it would actually cost me $4,400 for that cruise. So I definitely don't want to pay $4,400 for the cruise, but I'm willing to spend at least $2,000 for it because I'm going to spend $2,000 anyway. Might as well be on a cruise ship and go to some more fabulous destinations. So it made sense for me to go ahead anywhere between $2,000 and $4,400 for this cruise. Anywhere in between that, I'd say would be a good investment. So I just settled on $3,000. That's just the number that I settled on. But that's just an example. Definitely don't start out like that. Again, I've been doing this for over a year. I also with this on the certificates, I didn't say this before, but I learned this from my friend Raquel and Andrew from Freedom of the Seas. Hey friends, if you're watching, thanks for the tip. I had been already checking for European cruises and I never got free offers for European cruises. And Miss Raquel told me, yes girl, the European cruises come from the free certificates. When you get a certificate with the higher numbers, that's when you're gonna start getting the European offers. So that's when that helped trigger me to look for cruises for when I'm over in the UK and I have that extra time. And then I looked up to see how many points I would need to get it to be a free cruise. It's not free because I'm paying for it with playing in this casino, because I wasn't just playing for fun this time, all right? I'm upping my game. All right, so I checked the Casino Royale points page and it said that I could get, for this particular cruise, I could get a free ocean view with $250 free play with 3,000 points. I could get a free balcony cruise and $500 free play with 4,000 points. And I could also get a free balcony cruise with 750 free play with 6,500 points. So I said, you know, a minimum of 3,000 points, maybe 6,500 if I'm doing good on the machines. Let's see what this 3,000 will get me. I was hoping to be able to, at the end of the day, find some really good machines, and my goal was to get it for $1,200 or less. All I want is $1 million, that's all. No majors, but I'll take it. I got the major, I got the major, woo! On Lynn's game. Oh my goodness, yay! Every time I get a hand pay, it's just above $1,200. It ain't like $5,000 or nothing. Really? Woo! it. I did get some really good machines. I even got one hand pay. Listen, hand pays do not like me. People be getting hand pays for like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I ain't complaining, don't get me wrong. I'll just point out something that always happens to me. This is the second time on a cruise ship that I got a hand pay. And both times it happened to me the same way. You get, you don't get a tax form from the casino unless you win at least $1,200 and one spin, whatever it is, one bonus, right? So one time I was on the cruise ship and I got a hand pay for $1,201.10. I'm like, really? You couldn't give me $1,500, $1,800? You just got me right over that $1,200. You couldn't even give me $1,199. You just want me to pay taxes on this. I know you can pull the win-loss statements and all that stuff. I'm just saying. So yeah, for that hand pay on that one. On this one here, Star of the Seas. Star, really? I got a hand pay. It was $1,219.92. Thank you for the hand pay, but could you not have made it $20 less or $200 more? Why did you put me right at $1,200? Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. Okay, back to what I was doing. All right, so with the $3,000, I ended up I ended up cashing out. I got to 6,500 points. I was up, down, got to the 2,000, kept going to the 3,000, ended up with 6,500 points. Cashed out with $1,436. So I ended up spending $1,564. So I'm gonna say $1,600. My goal was $1,200. So I did go over by spending $1,600, but it's still less than the $2,000 I would have spent sitting in a hotel with just me, the hotel, food, and watching TV, or going to some free stuff around the city. So yeah, with the cost of that cruise being almost $4,400, and I got it for $1,600. So no, it was not a free cruise. I paid for that one. My other cruises, I consider them to be free cruises. All I paid was the port fees and taxes. I didn't have to spend a lot of money in the casino to get those. For this one, it was an investment. But remember, not only did I get this cruise for $1,600, now I'm at the 6,500 point level, and I probably won't play again in the casino. I know I won't play again in the casino with my card until I get to that cruise there, because I do have 5 more openings between now and October 2026 where I have some cruises that I want to take, and I know which Royal Caribbean cruises I want, and I'm hoping, because I got that higher tier, remember the numbers that I told you, the last 2 digits on the certificate, I'm hoping that those are going to, that is going to trigger the cruises, free cruises for those slots that I have open. If it doesn't, I'm fine with that too. I still was able to get this cruise here for lower than it would have cost me, and for lower than it would have cost me to be in that hotel for $2,000 for the week. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I think I covered everything, but it was a lot of stuff, and I know this is a long video, so I may have forgotten to write something down, or I may have it in my notes and forgot to say it, because this is a lot of information. I hope it was helpful for you. So yeah, hopefully you took some really good notes if this is gonna be your first time playing in the casino or first time trying to get a free cruise with Royal Caribbean. I hope that you do very well. I hope that you stay on budget. Do not chase losses. Do not go over your budget. Once you are done, you are done. Go be blessed and be glad with the fun that you did have with the money that you did spend. All right, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was everything that you wanted it to be. I hope it was worth the wait. I hope it was worth all the effort of me doing the research and trying to make sure that I bring you everything that I have learned in this journey and trying to get a free or deeply discounted Royal Caribbean cruise. Again, if you have any questions, leave them below. I'll answer them as soon as I can. I'm gonna go and take care of some other things. In the meantime, you check out this video right here. Have an amazing day. Make sure you do your best to get to your happy place. I hope to see you on the next cruise.